Once upon a time, there lived a man named Ayaan, who worked at a news channel covering deaths, accidents, and tragic incidents had become part of his daily routine. Nothing surprised him anymore. Until one night, as he sat in front of the screen reading news headlines, one particular report made his hands freeze on the keyboard. A woman had died because of a lift malfunction. According to the report, the moment she stepped into the elevator, it suddenly collapsed from a high floor. The safety cable snapped, the emergency system failed, and the lift fell straight down. Her body was badly crushed inside the metal cabin. But what shocked Ayaan even more was not how she died. It was who she was. The woman lived in the apartment building directly opposite his own. He had seen her many times before. His heart started beating faster as another memory struck his mind. Earlier that same day, before coming to the office, Ayaan had an argument with her inside the building. Both of them were waiting for the elevator. She was in a hurry and asked to enter with him, but Ayaan rudely stopped her. He insisted she wait for the next lift. Annoyed and angry, she stepped back and took the other elevator. Now that same elevator had taken her life. This thought began crushing Ayaan from inside. What if it was my fault? He whispered to himself. After finishing his shift, he realized it was already very late. The office was empty. Only a security guard remained downstairs. As Ayaan stood up to leave, the lights of the entire newsroom suddenly went off. Darkness swallowed the office. His heart jumped, but within seconds, the lights came back on. Trying to calm himself, Ayaan took the elevator down, met the guard, and walked toward his apartment building. His mind still trapped in the horrifying news he had just reported. The streets were unusually silent as Ayaan reached his building. Not a single light was visible in the opposite apartment, the one where the woman used to live. He stepped into the elevator. The doors closed. The lift began moving upward. Suddenly, it stopped between floors. The lights flickered once, then went completely off. A freezing cold filled the elevator. Ayaan felt his breath turning visible in the darkness. Then, Iso Italiano, a shadow slowly forming in front of him. The shape of a woman. Her face was twisted, her neck bent at an unnatural angle. Her body cracked as if broken into pieces. Dark stains covered her clothes. His legs stopped working. The shadow floated closer. Suddenly, icy fingers wrapped around his throat. A broken voice echoed inside the lift. "You are the reason I died." Ayaan tried to scream, but no sound came out. The grip tightened. Tears rolled down his face as he shook his head in fear. "I didn't mean to. I didn't know," he cried silently. After exactly 2 minutes, the lift jerked violently. The lights turned on. The shadow vanished. The elevator started moving again, as if nothing had happened. When the doors opened, Ayaan ran out, gasping for air, sweat dripping from his face. He convinced himself it was stress, guilt, imagination, nothing else. Inside his apartment, he locked the door and sat on the floor for a long time, trying to calm his shaking hands. Eventually, hunger forced him into the kitchen. He washed his face, turned on the stove, and started cooking. But something felt wrong. The air felt heavy, he sensed. Someone standing behind him. Ayaan slowly turned around. There was nothing. His heartbeat slowly returned to normal. "It's just fear," he whispered. He turned back toward the stove. At that exact moment, the temperature dropped again. A shadow appeared on the wall in front of him, not his own. He felt cold breath against his neck. Before he could react, the woman's spirit materialized right in front of him, closer than ever before. Her eyes were hollow. Her jaw hung loose, In her hand was a long, sharp knife. She spoke in a voice that sounded like metal scraping metal. "You sent me to my death." Armin fell backward, screaming for help, but no one could hear him. With a single brutal movement, the blade was pressed against his head. The room fell silent. Days passed. No one saw Armin leave his apartment. Neighbors grew suspicious when a terrible smell began spreading through the hallway. They broke a window and entered. His body was found lying on the kitchen floor, cold and lifeless. The police declared it a normal death caused by stress and fear. The case was closed. But residents of the building say something else. They claim that, late at night, the elevator still stops by itself. The lights still flicker, and sometimes a woman's shadow is seen standing inside, waiting for the next person who refuses to let her enter.